By default, WordPress gives you a basic theme here. So I'm going to show you how to go about changing that theme so it looks a little more professional and so it actually sets you apart from some of the other websites out there. So what you want to do is come right over here to log into your dashboard, and you just want to choose appearance. You just want to choose appearance from the left hand side. You want to come down and choose add new themes. Add new themes. And what I recommend you do is that I usually go by colors: black, blue, those tend to be professional looking. You could also choose silver, and then actually just do a quick search here for themes that match that color. So go ahead and just choose find themes, and you're going to find here some possible themes to consider. So if you see a theme that you might like, just simply choose preview, and if that theme looks pretty good to you, just go ahead and come over here and choose that little X, and then you can actually just come right up here and choose install, and then go ahead and select install now, and now you can come right back to your website, refresh it, or actually choose activate. I apologize. After you install it, go ahead and choose activate, and then come over to your website. So after you've activated it, then come over to your website, and you'll notice it completely changes the look and feel of your site. Now you can go back and do this, for several different, color options. You could do searches for one or two column sites over here. It's really going to be up to you. Two column sites are usually what you want to go with because it gives you some good options as well to go with. So then just look for, I'm just going to look for another one that looks pretty clean and that looks like it'll work. Here's one that looks well. If I go ahead and choose preview, that theme comes out nicely. So you can go ahead and then just choose install. Click install now. And if you do want to activate that theme, just click activate right here. And then come right over here and refresh your website. And notice how that changed the look and feel one more time. And if you want to go back to change the theme in the future, just go under appearance and themes, and then actually just click on activate, and it would reactivate the theme. And you can always come in and change the theme, but I recommend that you spend a little bit of time, but don't spend piles of time on this process. Notice how it just took me just a few minutes to actually find a few really good themes. But you don't want to spend all your time on this step just because it can get you caught up in, and most important part is that you're focusing on making money with this system. So we're going to go on to the next step, which will be some ways you can use to actually start cashing in more with this system. In this step, it's now time for you to become an affiliate for Amazon.com so you can start promoting the physical products that are very popular for good profits. So you need to go to Amazon.com, Amazon.com, and I recommend that you scroll clear to the bottom of the page, so Amazon.com, and scroll all the way down. So Amazon.com, scroll all the way down to where you see Make Money with Us, and then you want to click on Join Associates. Join Associates. And what you'll see on this page is basically kind of a tour of the Amazon affiliate program. It talks about kind of what the program offers you. Just kind of gives you some really good ideas as far as different ways you could promote things. So what you need to do when you first get there is click on Join Now for free, and then just put in your email address, and then put that you're a new customer, or if you are an existing customer you could put that in, and then go on and sign in there as well. So that's how you would sign in. Or you can just log in once you become an affiliate here. So this is kind of an example account here. Okay, so I'm logged in here to the Amazon.com account. This is what your brand new account would look like. So what you see here is, just some different, a very nice, clean, simple layout within Amazon. So you just need to make sure you go to Join Associates to become an affiliate for Amazon.com. So what you want to do then is, at this point, you should have settled on what product it is that you're going to promote. So We're going to come back to our Amazon affiliate site and actually go in here, and I'm going to show you how to set up your links when we're ready for that process. But first we need to go actually to a next step, which is to grab our domain name and then actually get our hosting account set up so that we can actually start moving forward with setting up a mini website for this campaign, and then also work from there on just promoting and getting more traffic and getting as much traffic as possible for the specific products that we have decided to promote and push out there to the market. For this next video, it's time for you to register your domain name. To do this, I recommend that you use GoDaddy.com because it is very important that you have your own domain name with hosting. Now, there are ways you can get around this, but to really make this system work properly, it's very much advised that you have your own domain and that you have your own hosting set up. So what you're going to do now is go to GoDaddy.com. GoDaddy.com. I highly recommend them. I think they're a great company. They're reliable. They're fast. They're efficient. Sure, there's other website domain name companies out there. You can get your domains through them. That's not an issue. I'm just using this for this example. So what you do is you go right here to where it says start a domain name search. Start a domain name search. I recommend that whatever product it is that you've elected to promote, whether it's the Oakley gas can sunglasses for this particular example, or let's just say a certain brand of TV. Let's just go to Amazon.com and let's just grab a brand of TV. So let's just go to electronics here and TV and video, and then we'll just select best sellers, and let's just go to TVs, televisions right here. Okay, so let's just say for example that we've decided to promote this Panasonic Viera X1 TV. So I would copy that, and you could plug that right in here to GoDaddy here and just take out the spaces, then hit go. You want to hit the orange go because that's going to show it. Now this shows you the Panasonic Viera X1 domain is already taken, so you might add Panasonic Viera X1 site.com, for example, and you could just promote a whole line of these TVs because that seems to be a line of Panasonic TVs. So you could just promote those. You could also, like, for example, take this like Samsung, PN05 TV. And it really helps you if the keyword phrase or the product you're trying to go after is in the domain name. That's really going to give you the best benefit possible. Now, if you have any questions as to the legality of using the company's name within your domain, it's best that you talk to somebody about it. But I've never run into any issues with this, and also it's most advised that if you're going to do this, that you're just that you make sure that you very much are very aware of the rules and regulations, the FTC guidelines, and also make sure that you're very much aware of the fact that you put notices that you are not tied to the company, that this is an affiliate site or something like that. You are an affiliate promoting this product, but you're not a Panasonic entity or something like that. Usually when you do that, you're going to be just fine. I'm throwing that in there just because some people can get concerned about that. So you might also try, just some different options here. Just grab the keyword phrase that it is you're going after and just plug that in there. So that's what I'm doing here, is just plugging this data in here. So Panasonic Bravia V series, that's a type of TV. So we could put television and then hit go. And it looks like Sony Bravia V series television is available. So if that was the set of TVs you were going to be promoting, then there you go. That domain name is handy and available to get. And I find from my research and all the time I've been online that the most efficient you get is when your keyword phrase is found within the domain name, when the keyword phrase it is that you're going after. That really gets you excellent results. Now, if you don't really want to do that, don't feel very comfortable about going at it with the name of the product and such in the domain, then I would recommend you do something like whatever it is you're going after. Like, let's say it's the LCD TV niche, for example, or HD TV. You could do something like go to GoDaddy, type in LCD TV, LCD HD TV, and then hit go, and that's probably going to be taken, so you might find some other ideas here though. They're also going to recommend that you look at some other options here. So LCD TV now, LCD TV today, the LCD TV. So there you have it. So you can still accomplish this by having your own domain, but this time may not have the keyword phrase in there. So but that's how you go about going through your domain. That's the research part. Now when it comes time to register that domain, what you're going to choose is just choose continue to registration. Continue to registration. And you may need to, at this point, you may need to set up your account with GoDaddy. So I recommend that you go here to create an account if you are brand new. Otherwise, if you already do have a GoDaddy account, I would recommend that you log in and you actually log into your account and then go about the process of registering that domain name again, because sometimes they won't keep it in your shopping cart unless you're logged in. But once you're logged into your domain, I'm going to take you through that process here in just a moment. I'm going to log in and we're going to grab a domain and I'll take you through the process. Okay, so I just registered and logged into my GoDaddy account. So I've already actually had an account, so I'm now logged in here. And you're going to go right back here to domains, and you just want to select register domains, and you're going to be taken to a page that looks slightly different than the home page, but still very similar. What you want to do is put in the main keywords. Let's just use like that Sony Bravia example. So let's just grab Sony Bravia V series television, and then put the .com. I recommend you go with the .com or the .net. If the .com is taken, go with the .net, but stay away from .us and .info domain names. Sony Bravia V series television.com is available, so just choose add. And now in this next step, what you're going to do is come right over here and choose continue to registration. They make it really easy with these nice orange buttons. Now they're going to try to upsell you on these other domains. Go ahead and just choose no thanks on these. You only need one domain at this point. GoDaddy's very good about upselling, so that's really about the only downside with them. As far as registration length for this example, you really only need it for 1 year. I don't recommend you go much more than that. So you just need it for 1 year. Now scroll all the way down here and go down to where it says no thanks, I'm ready to check out. Otherwise, you're going to be hit with offer after offer after offer. The only thing in your shopping cart at this point should be your domain name. It's very, very important. Should be your domain name. So now just hit continue. Okay, so now at this phase, you've got here your domain and you've got the year, and then you just choose your payment method. So choose whatever it is, whether it's credit card, whether it's a PayPal account, and then you can just plug in that you've agreed to the terms of service, and then just hit continue at checkout. And on the next page, you're going to be met with a form where you would fill out like your credit card information, for example. So let's just show you that example here. So you can go in here, just fill out your billing details, your credit card number, name on card, expiration date, all that data, and then just hit place your order, and that's going to go ahead and process your order for you. So that's through the process of registering your domain, and once you register, you'll get a confirmation message telling you that your domain's been registered, so you'll be able to access it. And you're going to be able to find your domains inside your GoDaddy account under domains, and then just select my domains, and then select my domains to actually look at all the domain names that you have purchased in the past or in the present, or the domain you just purchased if it's your brand new account. So this is a list here of the domains. So what I would recommend that you do now is that you go on to the next process after you've registered your domain. Try to make it a nice keyword rich domain name, whether it's using just straight keywords or using the product names that you're promoting. That's what I would recommend you do. And then we'll go on to the next process, which is going to be to choose and set up your hosting account, and then we'll tie this domain name to whatever hosting account it is that you've set up, so we can move forward with this process. In this next video, we're now at the spot where we need to grab our Amazon.com affiliate link for some of the products we're going to be promoting. So what I recommend you do is go to Amazon.com and then just scroll all the way to the bottom, and you're going to look for, under Make Money with Us, Join Associates. And I recommend that just because it's the easiest way to find it. if in case you've lost the affiliate address for Amazon. Amazon, you can alternatively go to their affiliate program by going to affiliate-program.amazon.com. Again, that's affiliate-program.amazon.com, or you can just go to amazon.com and then click on Join Associates. So I'm just going to log in here to this account we're using for this system. And what I recommend you do is that you come right on over and you go to links and banners. Links and banners. And what you're going to do from this area is you just want to choose product links. So I would go ahead and choose add product links now. And then where it says search all products, what I would recommend you do is just type in the name of the product it is that you're promoting. You could also, if depending on where you're promoting your product from, if you're doing it from all products, you can just choose all products. Or if you're doing a product specific to endless.com, which is what I'm actually using because it's 15% commissions, then you could just choose search endless.com. So I'm going to type in the name of the product that I'm promoting, gas can sunglasses. And here's going to bring up a variety. There's several different Oakley gas can sunglasses. So I'm going to be promoting all of these sunglasses, but I'm just going to choose one for this first example. So what I recommend you do, we're just going to select, let's just say this one. That looks good, this black one here. And what you want to choose next to the product you want to be promoting is go ahead and select Get Link. Get Link. Then it's going to give you several different options as far as choosing your link and how that goes. It's going to ask for a text and image, image only, or it's going to say text only. So I recommend you grab all of them, just, or at least say you grab several, at least you try to grab a couple of them because that's going to work well into your post. So I would highly recommend that you at least go, try to go for like an image link and a text link at least, just because it's going to make your life that much easier when you're going for it. Also, this text and image option looks good, but with the image only, you actually have a little more flexibility. So it's going to just kind of be up to you on how you want to do that. You could actually choose this link, to show a border or to not show a border, so that comes out a little nicer. You could choose to use a larger image of the product, would actually also help some. And then you could select open link in a new window or not to open in a new window, depending on how you want to do that. So for now, we're going to grab this text and image link. All you do is just click on Highlight HTML, right click and choose Copy. And then I like to open up, like a notepad file all the time. So I'm just going to come down here and paste that in here. And we're going to call this text and image. And it's good to just, separate so you understand which is which. This is going to be called just text. So you're going to come right over here to where it says text only. And you just want to highlight that and grab that one. And then the next one you just want to choose is image. And we'll go into detail when we actually make the post on how to go about, and set these up. So just wanted to show you though how to go about grabbing your links. I recommend that you try to grab all three. The image links will be good. Text and image links are also good. Sometimes without the border, it actually can go a little more in line with your post, so it doesn't look, as salesy potentially to people. Plus, it may not, with the price there, that may deter people sometimes. So it might be best to kind of just choose, I like text only for that reason, just because it doesn't show the price, and then image only because that also doesn't show the price, but it shows the product well. So, and people are used to clicking on images now. So again, to take you through the process one more time, when you first log in, just choose on links and banners. And if you want to select, just select product links. That's what I recommend you do. That's the easiest. And you will just want to go for all products, and you can search for whatever product you're promoting. So I'm going to show one more example here. Just hit go, and there it is. So there's Xbox 360 system, and then you could select get link, and then you could actually again select from your different images here. text and image, image only, text only. So it gives you a variety of different options as well. So that's what I recommend you do as far as grabbing that, is that you go ahead and just grab that link by going to links and banners, and that will make your life much, much easier as far as promoting this. Just links and banners, product links, and then just do a simple search for what it is you have to offer. And then I recommend you grab the links, put them into a notepad file like this, and that you label them. And if you are going to use Notepad, though, make sure that if you have word wrap on before you use the link, that you take word wrap off. And we'll go over that in the next step, which is going to be how we create this post, how do we work this into our blog. And then after that, we're going to go on to promoting our site a little bit so you can start getting some quick traffic and make the system work for you. Okay, so for this video, I'm going to show you how to go about and make your first money post, meaning the post that's going to have your affiliate link, which is going to send people to your offer, which is how you're going to make money. So you need to log into your WordPress administration section, same way you logged in to set up the site, make it more search engine friendly, and also to add your themes and plugins and all that. So you need to just log into the dashboard. This time you want to select post on the left hand side, and you're just going to take out this first post called Hello World. Just go ahead and hit delete. And then the next thing you want to do is go to add new post, and then add new after you've deleted that. Now as far as your new post goes, it's best that you title your post the main keyword phrase you're trying to go after. So for this example, let's just say Oakley gas can sunglasses, and you could put on sale or for sale, whatever you want to do to that. I usually just put in the name of the product there. Now right here where it says text, this is great because this is just basic, like typing. This is just like typing into a Word document, an email. Very, very easy for you, especially if you're brand new. But many of you probably know already how to use WordPress. You're just going to create a short post that kind of highlights the product that you are out there actually promoting. So to come up with some ideas for your post, I like to go visit the product itself and actually just kind of look at the product and work up kind of a short little post. And we're talking like 2 or 3 sentences for this example. Does not need to be overly huge, just enough to get enough to be interesting, but enough to get people just because the main goal here is to get them to click on that link and go right to your offer. And typically when they're looking for a product specific thing, they don't need much prompting from you, because when they're typing in Oakley gas can sunglasses, there's a really good chance they've already researched that product, for example, and they know that's the kind of sunglasses they want. So if they're typing in Oakley men's gas can polarized sunglasses for that product, for example, they know exactly what they want. And for this example here, I'm promoting a variety of Oakley. There's several Oakley gas can sunglasses. So for this post, you would use like kind of like what that is if that was your example. If it was like Xbox 360 video games, for example, every single one of your posts would be a different video game, as an example, if they're different categories. Otherwise, if it's like the Nintendo Wii unit and that's all your site's about, then that would be what your first post is about. So that's what I'm going to use here for this first one, is just kind of, just for an example. Oakley men's gas can polarized sunglasses. And you could just plug that in there. showing up there. After you've set up your website and made your first post, it's now time to promote your offer. And to do that, you're going to use social bookmarking. Social bookmarking is where basically you tell other websites, other people out there about your website. It's kind of a social interaction. But what's very beneficial about social bookmarking is that your social bookmarking pages themselves, like the dig.com post you do, mix.com, the different posts that you do, oftentimes can rank highly in the search engines. So this is a great way to kickstart your campaign. Also, it can benefit you from some of the social bookmarking sites because they will help give you a backlink to your website, which can help make sure your website gets indexed and gets found within the search engines. Now you've already set up your website so it's search engine friendly, and also if you purchase your domain correctly, and also since you're using WordPress for this example, your site typically will get indexed by Google within about a week or so. But this bookmarking will help expedite that process, speed it up, and it's also going to help you possibly get some more exposure, which in turn leads to more traffic over the course that this is out there. So let's just jump right in here. What you're going to do is the two main sites I recommend you go to first is dig.com. Now, even though dig.com doesn't necessarily send a direct link to your site that may be found by the search engines, the pages on dig.com still stand out very, very well. So when it's your first time to dig.com, just go to join dig right here, join dig at the top, and then put in your username and password and your other basic information. Otherwise, if you're brand new, you can just, or if you already have an account, you can just log in. So I'm just going to log into an account here that I have. Now what you're going to do is go up here to the top and click on Submit New. Once you do that, it's going to say enter the URL, so you want to grab the link to your site that you're promoting. Now you're going to select news article, since it's just your main website. Go ahead and hit continue. After that, it's going to give you a title possibly. Typically, it will pull from the title that you already have for your site. So in this case, that's the correct one because that's the product title. So your specific, when you're doing your dig, would be the product keyword phrase that you're going after for this example. Now what you're going to do is come right down here and choose the best category. So I'm just going to choose the best category. So let's just look through here real quick. This one, probably people or odd stuff, that'd probably be a good category. Then you'll scroll all the way down here, and where it says, are you human? Just go ahead and put in this data. And then hit submit story. And once it's submitted, you should see a page that looks just like this. Now this page on dig.com that you're looking at right here can get indexed in the search engines, and if you were to click right here, it should take people right on through to your mini website that you are establishing and setting up for this particular example. So there you have it. That does work. That takes people right to the site. So now we'll go right on over to mix.com. Mix.com is very, very good because it also can help you get a backlink and more exposure, and their pages also rank well within Google. So just go to mix.com, choose sign up for this example. Once you selected sign up, you're just going to put in your email, your password, basic information again, and then register. Once you have your account, just click on login. And what I'm going to do here is just log in here. And it'll take just a moment. So what you're going to do is go right up here and choose submit link. You're going to look for something that says submit story, submit link, submit content. All of them will say something similar. So for page URL, you want to grab the link of your website again. So let's just put that in here. And then choose just story and hit continue. Now what you're going to do for title is just make sure that's correct. That should again be your product specific keyword phrase. And for the description, just use a nice descriptive text there. And I'm going to choose, let's see here, probably fun category if they have shopping. Nope. Let's see, life. Let's just look for the best category here. So you just want to narrow down the best category possible that you're trying to look for. Probably go under fun would be a good topic. Fun, and then possibly odd news. And then as far as tags describing your story, I'd recommend you use tags related to your product. So Oakley sunglasses, gas can sunglasses. So all the products, Nintendo Wii Fit, Wii, all those kind of keywords. If that was the product you're going after, Xbox 360, you get the idea, but you want to go after these product specific keyword phrases. Now simply hit submit, and you're almost done here. And actually this will be the page where it's actually going to be completed. So it'll take just a moment. It gives you 15 minutes to go back in and change this and edit it if you want. So I recommend you click on that just to make sure your link is working, and it appears to be, so everything looks good there. So we can go on to the next one. So that's Mix.com for you. So now we'll go on to another set of websites that you can leverage. I recommend here that you go to socialmarker.com, socialmarker.com, and you're going to see on socialmarker.com a whole list of social bookmarking websites. Now, what I would do if I were you is just choose like best option, and then go ahead and just submit to these top social bookmarking websites that show up. And then after you've submitted to them, these are the more popular ones. Go ahead and choose do follow, because those will be search engine friendly, so they'll help build a backlink. And then go ahead and submit to those, like Mr. Wong, that's a great one. And to get to those sites, you just click on that little logo, any of their logos. It will take you right into their websites. Set up the accounts just like I showed you, and then you submit the links just like I showed you. Just make sure the keywords is your product specific, very product specific. It's extremely important that you do that. And that's what the focus is. And that's going to help you generate more exposure, more backlinks, and possibly get your site ranked higher and indexed in the search engine, so you can start getting more traffic for the system and start making money. So we'll go on to another promotional strategy that you can start using right away as well. In this next video, I'm going to show you another promotional strategy to start getting more traffic to this website once you set it up. So what you're going to do is write a press release. I really like using press releases to get fast traffic, especially when you've just launched a website. So what I'm going to do is lay out the strategy and system that I use to submit and write a press release actually. You're going to notice here the name product that I'm promoting is the Oakley gas can sunglasses, as you know. So you want to write a press release talking about a review site that you've just launched, or something about the website that you just launched. So for example, you want to make sure you title the press release. So your press release needs a title, as you can see right here. And this template is going to be available to you, so you'll actually be able to actually read it and actually see how I structured things, how I worded things, and where I placed different things. So what I would recommend you do, you want a good keyword rich title for your press release, and then you want to put in your business name and kind of put in what you do, which is an internet marketing company based out of, and then like your state or your country. Then do something that you've announced that you're launching a new review website that features, and then you could put the name of the product in here, and then you could actually set a link to your website. And then put a quote in here, so basically a quote from you as a person. So there's my quote: the goal of this website is to give interested customers a convenience. And then I go on to detail. And then also it's very important, especially if you're going after something like a product related, that you try to at least say that you're not affiliated with the main company, that I'm no lawyer, but that may end up, that'll help basically if they end up seeing that. So you don't want anybody to think that you're part of that company, because you're just an affiliate, obviously. So you want to make sure you're upfront about that stuff. You can put in just some other details of the product. Like I chose to put in, the price range. I could have put in, like how many products there are in the Oakley gas can sunglasses line. I followed up with a few more quotes, and then also, put in another detail like the items could be shipped for free. Just because that's the affiliate program. Especially if you're with Amazon, most of the items within Amazon can be shipped for free if they're over. I think it's $35, up to $50. It usually ships for free. So that would be another incentive to make sure you tell people about in your offers. And then at the end, just make sure that you close it out with the actual link. So once you've structured this press release, again, this will be available for you in Word document format so you can actually understand the process. What you want to do then is actually take this press release and you want to copy it. So copy all the information to a notepad file. So just grab it, copy it to a notepad file. So that's what I'm going to do here. Then you want to choose Format, Word Wrap. You want to make Word Wrap on. The next thing you want to do is just go through here and actually just, once Word Wrap is on every single one of these lines, you just want to understand that this is going to be a new paragraph. So you want to make sure that you have this down, because this is important because it's going to help you as you do this next process, which is to submit your press release. So make sure that you have your title as well laid out. And it's also important that you have a summary ready to go as well, which I'll show you how to write that. So you have the title of your press release. You want to have a summary. Basically, the summary would just talk about what your offer is. So a new review website is launching for the Oakley gas can sunglasses line. So basically, you could just insert that with your own product and keyword phrases. Then keywords would be keywords related to the products. It'd be the product manufacturer, maybe the product line name, maybe the product itself. So those would be kind of keyword ideas. And sometimes they're called tags within these sites as well. So what you need to do next is go right on over to go right on over to a site called free-press-release.com, just like you see on your screen. Free dash will go in there, press-release.com. When you first go there, you're just going to click on register. And once you've registered, just put in your username, password, and then your email address. So what you want to do next is come right over here, and you want to click on login after you've registered. So go ahead and just log in here, which is what we're going to do for this example. What you do next is go ahead and click submit a press release. And then there's several options here. You could choose a Premier press release. This is one that I highly recommend because it's for $1. You can actually get a backlink to your site, which will really help you and help increase click-throughs. Because what I found is that this free press release site, free-press-release.com, actually shows up quite well within the search engines for your main keyword phrase, oftentimes, most of the time. So I highly recommend you try to at least get a link. When you first are doing this though, you can do the free option because you'll at least get ranked, and then you could actually decide if you see your press release ranked to upgrade for the $1. But I usually do that. When you first do it though, you need to be willing and ready to invest $20, I believe it is now, to fund your account. So you just need to make sure that that will happen when you first do it. But then, obviously you're going to be creating probably tons of these sites, so it's going to be completely up to you. But if that's going to bother you, just go with the free option because it can also give you some exposure. So go ahead and just click next. Now what you want to do is put in your unique title here. So I'm going to just pull up this notepad file we have. So this is my title. Make sure again that you have your main keyword phrase, which is your product name, in the title. Then you've got a summary here they're asking for, and this is why I like to write it out because it just makes this process much smoother. Oops, that was not good. So let's go back and log back in here. So you want to log in and click submit press release, and then choose the option, so Premier press release, and then click on next. Okay, and then put in your title. So I'm putting in my summary here, and then we're going to grab the title. And again, this is why it's good to put it into like a text-based file. And then for the news body, this is where the body of your press release goes. Make sure Word Wrap is still set to off. You can do that by going to Format and Word Wrap. I'm doing this within Notepad. Many computers have a text editor of some sort, whether it's an Apple or a PC. Then you can just paste that in there. The next thing you want to do, it'll ask you to read the numbers, so go ahead and do that. And then as far as your tags go, just click on that arrow and then copy and paste your main keyword tag. So notice how easy that was because I'd previously put those in. So you're just going to paste that. Now if you selected the paid option, it's going to ask for your website. So you're going to want to make sure you put in your website because it's going to give you a link. And then you could attach an image if you wanted to. You don't have to. Industry, this would be best to kind of choose the industry this will go in. Oftentimes for these examples it would go under probably lifestyle and shopping of some sort, if that's where they have it. They may or may not have that. So you just want to pick the very best category for this particular item. So we'll just scroll through here and look for the best one. Sometimes industry is good. So we'll just go under industry and then let's see, apparel, because it does go on your face. And then go ahead and choose contact and just put in your main contact details. And then for your website, you're just going to go ahead and just plug that. You don't have to plug in your website again, but you could if you wanted to. You could put your address, or just put in like your phone number for people to get you, whichever one you want to do. And then go ahead and come right down here and choose submit. And it'll ask if you're going to be charged. If you're doing the free option, obviously it will not ask. What I like best about these guys is as soon as you submit it, you get instant gratification because your press release goes live. Just like with the social bookmarking as well. This is why I like it for a fast traffic method. And there you have a perfectly optimized press release with your main keyword phrases. There's a backlink right down there that takes them right into your website. It's always good to test that link to make sure that is indeed working, and it looks like it is. So that's excellent. So now you can go on to the next step, which is to go to another free press release site that I love to use called prlog.org. prlog.org. So let's just go over here, prlog.org. And again, when you first get here, just set up an account. You just go to submit press release, and then it's going to basically ask you to create a PR account and just go through the basic details there. So I'm going to log in because I am an existing user. This part will take just a moment. Choose add new. Now what I'm going to do here is insert my press release headline one more time. So I'll just show you that process again. It's just highlighting this and then copying and pasting it. You can hit Control C, or you could right click and choose copy, whichever option you like. So you're just going to paste that in there, grab your summary. This is why it's so important that you pre-write your summary and your title and your keyword, just because it makes life so much easier as you're going through this process. Put in the press release body here. Then scroll on down and choose your best category. So all the categories will be different. This one is going to be shopping. Make sure you select add, and then maybe you could select, fashion, for example. And you could put the name of your company, or like your website is another example. Oakley Gas Can Sunglasses.com. Put in your contact email. And then come right down here to where it says tags or keywords. This is where you're going to plug that in here. Then you could put in a company profile if you wanted to. And then you could choose an image. You can just browse if it's reasonable. Obviously you don't want to use a copyrighted image, so usually you can just skip that. Make sure as soon as possible is checked. And all these optional categories you could put in, so you don't need to. and then go ahead and choose go to final step. Okay, so this step is optional, so let's just skip that. And you can just, for speed's sake, just speed that up and just skip the optional steps. Now this will tell you, see how you like the press release basically. If your links are not live, like my links were not live here, you could go back in and modify that press release to make sure they are live. So let's just do that. So I'll scroll back down here, and you can make them live by putting HTTP in front of them usually, and that will be enough to get your links live. So then choose go to final step. And notice now my links are live, which is what you want because that's going to increase your click-through. And then go all the way down to the very bottom and click on submit. And now your press release has been published. You can click on view this press release, and you'll notice that your press release now shows up. And if you were to click on that link, it should take people right on over to your website, and it looks like it's going to. So there's our website. So that's all working great. So now what you want to do is go right on over to Google, and you can type in submit press release free, and you can actually find more press release sites that you can submit to. So that's the process for promoting your site with press releases.